After a long break, JJK chapter 262.5 is here, and man, it's getting better and better. We started off with a scene of a crying Rika, holding Yuta's lifeless body. Man, I gotta ask, with Rika holding Yuta's body, and Yuta using Gojo's body fighting Sukuna in his domain, didn't they share their plan with Rika in the first place? Maybe they thought that with Yuta leaving his body and transferring to Gojo's, maybe Rika would just cease to exist. Man, Yuta and Gojo's body plus Rika would really turn the tables against Sukuna. Back to the fight as Sukuna attacks Yuta. Yuta evades and grabs Sukuna's arm, slamming him to the ground. He then follows it up with a kick, sending Sukuna back. Yuta realizes that Rika is no longer with him, and he can only use Limitless. Maybe Yuta can only use his copied techniques with Rika, and without her, he can't access any of his copied techniques. He also notices that with a severed arm Sukuna can't use his world-cutting slash attack, and that the only arsenal that Sukuna has left to bypass the Limitless is the amplification. Seeing the situation, Yuta takes the advantage and attacks Sukuna, but with a new body Yuta is not yet used to Gojo's body, misjudging his moves, just like in his training, when he first took control of Gojo's body. It's because of Gojo's longer limbs making it more difficult for Yuta to use Gojo's body. He has also realized that if you look at from the outside, the Limitless technique looks flawless and all-powerful, but when using it is more sensitive. That's why one round of training with Gojo's body is not enough to master Gojo's body. That's why when Yuta fired an attack it missed, because of Yuta not used of both Gojo's body and technique. This is why one must have the 6 eyes to better use the Limitless. Yuta then remembers what Gojo said before he fought Sukuna, saying that it's fine because he's the strongest. Yuta then thinks on what Gojo had to do to be able to confidently say that he is the strongest. Seeing Yuta struggling using Gojo's body, Sukuna says that Yuta has no time to daydream, and lands an attack on Yuta, sending him back. Sukuna then remembers what Kenjaku told him about Yuta's copying technique. It's a technique that requires Yuta to feed a part of his target's body to Rika, in order to copy their CT. Sukuna thinks that Rika might not have come with Yuta when he switched his body with Gojo. Since he's not seeing Rika, he then questions if Yuta can still use all of his copied techniques, but has confirmed from Yuta's domain that Yuta can't use multiple copied techniques at once, and right now the only technique that Yuta can use is the Limitless. More questions adds to Sukuna's mind. If how long can Yuta maintain his copied CT, and if Yuta can still use Gojo's body if Kenjaku's technique ends. And what if Yuta came to this fight without a care of coming back, risking everything he is just to have a body that can go toe-to-toe with Sukuna, leading to Sukuna to assume that Yuta's next move could only be that one thing that can end him. That's the Hollow Purple. In a flashback, Gojo complains about Yuta's curse energy being all over the place but Maki and Panda defend Yuta, saying that Gojo is just being too tough on Yuta. Back to the fight, Yuta performs the hand sign and enchantment for the Hollow Purple, but Sukuna disrupts him by landing an attack to his face, not giving Yuta the chance to fire the Hollow Purple. Yuta thinks that because Sukuna might still be wary of him using his other copied techniques, that's why his next simple move will work against Sukuna. Yuta then activates Blue. A record player then appears from behind Sukuna, with Inamaki's voice playing with it saying "Don't move." We then see Inamaki coughing out blood, as Sukuna stares at the recorder unable to move, giving Yuta the time to chant and perform the hand sign, to finally unleash the Hollow Purple, at nearly point-blank range. Man, this got to be one of the best tactics that they have seen in JJK, and who would have thought that Inamaki's CT still works even when recorded. Man. Sukuna is again in some deep trouble with a Hollow Purple coming his way. If only they had done this when Gojo fought Sukuna, maybe Gojo could have ended Sukuna then, and stayed alive. That's up guys. For more JJK updates, hit like, share, follow, or subscribe. Thank you, smiley face.